Post-Roe America is quickly taking shape. Abortion bans are now in effect in at least 9 states, with more to follow suit in the coming weeks, leaving tens of millions of Americans without access to a safe and legal abortion. This is a landscape some groups have spent years preparing for. That includes the so-called abortion underground, chronicled by journalist Jessica Bruder for The Atlantic. Jessica Bruder went inside that covert network as they prepared to circumvent incoming restrictions. And she joins me now. Welcome, Jessica. Since the Roe ruling, have you spoken to any of the women you've interviewed for that piece, and how are they navigating these new bans?
I have, and they are trying to spread knowledge as quickly as they can. Again, it's not a ton of people, and they're not sure that they will be enough, but they will be working in concert with people who are doing legal things as well. We should know people who are mailing the pill, all sorts of methodologies right now are in play, and a lot of people are just going to end up traveling, which we've anticipated for a long time.
So the abortion underground also existed pre-Roe, but in your piece you write, quote, "Other forces are also at play. A post-Roe world will not resemble a pre-Roe world." Can you explain that a bit for us?
Absolutely, and thanks for mentioning that. People have been helping each other get abortions in all sorts of legal climates all over the world for thousands of years. So that's not going to change. But what we do have now that we didn't have before Roe are two things. We've got something called the internet, which is a great way to transmit information, and we have abortion pills, which have been legalized by the FDA and are discreet, 98% effective, and also available by mail.
How worried are members of the underground over possible legal consequences, either for them or for the people they assist? You've got a number of states now talking about, prosecuting women and those who help them leaving the state to get an abortion.
Yeah, I mean, most of the people I've spoken with are, at this point, more energized than concerned. They're looking at the vast need that's about to arise and just trying to do what they can to meet that need. And they see it as a human right. So while people are concerned about prosecution, I think most of the energy is going towards that activism and that mobilization.
So before I let you get out of here, I want to read a quote from one of the women you spoke to. And she told you, quote, "Our reproductive rights are not given to us by the government. They are not given to us by anyone. We inherently have them. Surely the fight isn't letting up anytime soon. And so where do you see it going from here over the next coming months and even years as you see efforts to put in place a federal ban?"
Yeah, I see the fight continuing politically. Again, I tend to cover the grassroots more than politically, and not just a federal ban on abortion. We know, thanks to Clarence Thomas's remarks, that the right to same-sex marriage, same-sex relationships, that could be in play. As a woman with a female partner, I find that absolutely terrifying. Also, the decisions that were the basis for the right to buy and use contraception. So, again, there are so many things in play right now and so many things to be done. It is hard to predict exactly what will happen next, but I know that, it's go time for a lot of people right now. It is go time.
Jessica Bruder, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming by. Coming up, how the Supreme Court's ruling on the New York gun law could play out across the country.